Rick, thank you so much. That's an encouraging sign to see those waters recede.
Yeah, the strongest surge we saw was about 2.16 feet, and that was yesterday. This morning was pretty close to that, too. And things are going to be a little bit better, I think, for the high tide coming in after 2 a.m. Tomorrow morning. It won't be as bad. So things are looking a little bit better for us, still bad for the Panhandle and into Alabama. Getting a report on social media from one of my followers that they have contact with their relatives there in southeast Alabama. 100-mile-an-hour winds, power out everywhere. So power outages continue to be a problem. And this is, we talked about this, the first time a major hurricane has hit in Georgia since 1889. Wow. 1889. It's still a Category 3 hurricane moving into Georgia now. So this is a devastating storm, obviously, for the Panhandle, but will continue to cause problems all throughout Georgia. The eye is no longer visible on the satellite imagery. Boy, that was an impressive eye, and what a storm it has been. Again, as far as the winds go, 155 miles an hour, making it the fourth strongest storm ever to hit the U.S. On top of that, we had a pressure of 919 millibars. That's incredible. Had it stayed out in the water for about 2 more hours at that pressure, you would have definitely seen a Category 5 hurricane. Casey Key Beach Cam. These are the shots of all the area beaches getting beat up badly by high surf. Now, the biggest concern for us now is the possibility of isolated tornadoes, and we have also rip currents that are going to stick around. I know a lot of surfers always like to get out there and ride the waves. They haven't been the best waves because of the wind, but here's some of the records real quickly. Strongest hurricane ever seen in the Panhandle of Florida. On top of that is the strongest, lowest pressure storm ever to hit the U.S. in October. No other storm has been stronger in the month of October. And get a look at this. It's behind, just behind Andrew, Camille, and the 1935 day Labor Day. There's other records, too, that this storm has set, and we'll continue to assess the damage over the upcoming days as that storm surge has been incredible. It's estimated so far up to 12 feet high when it roared ashore. The top winds now down to 115, still a Category 3, just barely hanging on just near southwest Alabama and southeast Alabama and southwest Georgia, heading off toward Albany now. Albany starting to see some of the effects of it as well, with power outages expected throughout that area as well as into central Georgia and then eventually into the Carolinas. It's moving so fast, though, at this point. We don't expect to be a big problem with heavy rain and flooding throughout the Carolinas, but it will cause some problems. You can see that the system is weakening. No longer the complete circle of the eye wall right now. It's exposed on the southern edge. It is heading toward Albany. Still, tornadoes exist and the potential for tornadoes all throughout central Georgia. For us, we have a very small chance to get some isolated rotation. All these showers continue to race off to the northeast. Heavy rainfall now near Venice, stretching off to the south and west of Venice, continuing to push off to the northeast at 30 to 40 miles an hour. And we have some rainfall again moving into Siesta Key. This shower just popped up pretty quickly, so we'll see periods of brief periods of heavy rainfall, gusty winds up to 30 to 40 miles an hour as those storms race to the northeast. Sustained winds are coming down a little bit out of the south and southwest now at around 15 to 20 miles an hour. We still have a month and a few weeks to go before the official end. We have 2 storms out here we're watching. Leslie, which has been around for 18 days now, will continue to kind of spin off into the Atlantic. And then we have Nadine, which is a tropical storm expected to dissipate, but it will be a tropical wave and march off into and close to the Caribbean in 5 days from now. So we'll keep an eye on that, obviously. And then we have another system in the western portion of the Caribbean. 50% chance developing. This is the same area that Michael developed. The next named storm will be Oscar. It now is officially an active hurricane season. So all the forecasts, for the most part, were wrong on this one. 2 major storms. Now, currently it's 81. We have some rain at the airport. It feels like 90 out there. And as far as the forecast goes, we're going to get some cooler air finally a little bit on Saturday morning. Won't be around long, but we'll see that on Saturday morning when low temperatures will be down into the upper 60s inland, right around 70 near the coast. Good chance for showers overnight, periods of heavy rain at times, and then a much better weekend with some partly cloudy skies, and then another chance for some storms comes Tuesday and Wednesday. Back to you.